In 1757, Benjamin Franklin was inspired by a performance of musical glasses he saw in London by Richard Puckridge, which consisted of Puckridge playing crystal goblets with wet fingers. He later invented the glass harmonica in 1761 and became the first American to invent a musical instrument. He refused to patent the design and never made any money off of it because he saw his inventions as ways to give back to the world. The name glass harmonica is derived from the Italian word for harmony and has been described as the music of angels. The instrument was very popular with 400 works composed for it, including pieces composed by Mozart and Beethoven.
The death of the glass harmonica came in the early 19th century, as the instrument was credited with causing its players and listeners to go mad. There are many different stories of players who died during performance, or of listeners who began to go crazy while hearing it. The instrument was even outlawed in parts of Europe for a period of time. The musicologist Friedrich Ralitz advised that the harmonica plunges players into a nagging depression, and that if you are suffering from a nervous disorder or are feeling melancholy, you should not play it. It was then used in various operas during eerie scenes and scenes where the characters go mad, which added to its reputation as a dangerous instrument to play and hear. The most widely accepted theory as to why it gained this reputation in actuality is because it produces frequencies from 1000 to 4000 hertz, which can hinder the listener's ability to tell what direction the sound is coming from and make them feel like they're going crazy. However, at the time, people thought that its ethereal notes were raising the evil spirits from the dead and causing the people around it to go crazy. Another more scientific theory is that the lead paint used to decorate the instrument was giving lead poisoning to the people around it, which can cause you to go mad. Media archaeologically, the glass harmonica can be seen as filling a lacuna in the realm of musical instruments, because there are not very many other instruments that use glass to produce sound. The glass harmonica also has the Cahill factor because it was immensely popular in the 18th century, with over 5,000 instruments being built, and then declined very quickly as people began to think it was dangerous. It was so popular, in fact, that there are over 400 compositions for it, and composers such as Mozart and Beethoven composed for the instrument. The glass harmonica also includes technological mimicry because it has foot pedals that resemble the pedals on a piano. Also, in images of Benjamin Franklin playing the instrument, he is seated and has the form of a piano player. He may have been positioning himself in this manner to resemble the instruments that the public knew at the time, such as the piano and the harpsichord. However, today's glass harmonica players are usually standing when they play the instrument. It also resembles the format of a xylophone, which may have helped people get introduced to the instrument as well.
William Zeitler is one of the few concert glass harmonica players in the world, and while now retired, used to travel to different orchestras demonstrating the instrument. He even wrote a book about the instrument titled The Glass Harmonica, The Music and the Madness. He also performed with the Blue Man Group and at the Kennedy Center. His skills are featured in movies such as Big Hero 6 and Beautiful Creatures. The Royal Opera House even used the instrument in their 2015-2016 season. It was played as a part of the Mad scene in Lucia di Lammermoor. Here, there's a video of William Zeitler showing off the glass harmonica.
Benjamin Franklin saw someone playing a set of water-tuned wine glasses and thought that this would be a more convenient arrangement. He wanted to do away with the water tuning and wanted to have a lot more glasses and be able to play more than two at a time. So voila, one of Franklin's favorite inventions. So these are all basically custom-blown wine glasses, and they're all nested inside of each other, and the whole assembly is turning so you can play it somewhat piano-like. So here's a little bit from the Lucia. And Mozart also wrote some music for it. Here's a bit of a solo piece that he wrote.
Though the glass harmonica is largely a dead instrument in modern society, it has a few notable appearances in pop culture. The first example we found is a segment on the instrument from Season 31, Episode 4 of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, demonstrating that the instrument still has a place in the musical education of children. Furthermore, the Blue Man Group used the instrument as part of a concert at the Hollywood Bowl, giving the instrument a role in the experimental music and performance of the current era. Despite the fact that few people play this instrument, and purchasing one would cost nearly $8,000, there is still a WikiHow article on how to play the glass harmonica. This cements the instrument in one of the most confusing and hilarious bodies of knowledge of our time. In my attempt to recreate the sounds of a glass harmonica, I set up my own wine glass organ, just like the ones that inspired Ben Franklin to create the glass harmonica in the first place. I started by trying to make a set of wine glasses tuned to an A major chord, then expanded to a set of 9 wine glasses tuned to an F major scale so that I could play all the intervals of a major scale. The 9th wine glass also comes in handy when playing a certain song included in this recreation. In creating my wine glass organ, I have really come to appreciate the many advantages that a glass harmonica would provide in creating the same ethereal sound. First of all, though the process isn't pictured here, water tuning each glass is a painstaking and arduous process that would be completely alleviated with the custom-tuned bowls of the glass harmonica. Secondly, without shack hands and incredible finger dexterity, it's impossible to play more than 2 notes at once. I would have loved to demonstrate some chords, but I can't physically play them, which I could on a real glass harmonica. Finally, removing the water from the glasses would really help to alleviate the pitch inconsistency heard in my demonstrations.